So, um, today I want to share a thought that's in the title of this live stream, that angels surround us every day. And the word angel means messenger. That's what the word means. And so, the typical word way we use angel is talking about like a messenger for God. So some kind of divine being who's God's messenger shows up and does something, delivers some kind of message to someone, or helps them in some way. And I want to say that based on my personal experience, this absolutely happens. That there are angels that are all around us that we can't see, or that we can see sometimes, that most of the time we don't see them, who are doing all kinds of things like giving us ideas for things that would make things that would be good for us to do, or actually like helping to intervene in situations where it would just where like something's going to happen and we get hurt in a way that isn't helpful to us, and so the angel intervenes in that situation for all kinds of cosmic reasons we don't understand. Like, we don't see the bigger picture of why they intervene sometimes and don't other times. And a lot of times intervene in all kinds of ways that we don't notice ever happened. We just kind of go, we just keep going. And it's kind of like that thing I was talking about on here in a recent live stream, the one I said looking for bugs. And so I talked about how, like, when you look at the grass, you don't really see, you just kind of see a big field of grass. But if you look really closely, you start seeing all the bugs everywhere. That's like with angels. You can go through life and never realize they were there until you start looking and you're like, whoa, there were all sorts of angels involved. Grateful Brendan says, what's your personal experience? How do you experience them? So how do I experience angels? When I meditate, I can often, if I meditate and then while I'm meditation, ask questions, I can experience angels nearby. That is one way that I experience that's like a big way for me. Other times, like when I'm trying to help someone and I don't know how to handle the situation, I want help, I can just feel the presence of angels help me know how to help someone. It's my belief that angels show up, like the spiritual kind, the angels, on the other side of the veil, like the angels that are spiritual beings, show up and often actually like possess our bodies with us. So like your spirit possesses your body, and then angels will show up, and like if you with your permission, and sometimes we don't realize we're giving permission, like a prayer can be permission, or just like a desire can be permission. With permission, we hello, I don't know your name, Silva, long name. Hola. But sometimes these angels show up and they co-possess our bodies with us. So like they're like possessing our bodies alongside us, and we'll like feel to say or do something a certain way, or we're able to kind of like do something we didn't have, a talent suddenly that we didn't know we had. It's like they're possessing our body with us and helping us do that talent. And then and it's cool because it's a training way. So like a like an angel might possess my body with me and help me like do something that I wouldn't otherwise know how to do, like help me say the right words in a certain situation, or help me have a spiritual gift. Like they might help me like, like know what herbs to use to heal someone, or what would be good for me to eat to help my body. They help me with different things like that. And then when they're there helping me with it, then afterwards, if they do have enough times, it's like by feeling them do it in my body with me, eventually it trains me to do it on my own. And then I don't need their help anymore, because they want me to be a powerful creature. They want me to be awesome. And so they train me to be awesome so that I can do it on my own, which is really cool of them. Grateful Brandon says, can you always tell if it's you or not? It depends. Sometimes I can tell there's an angel with me. I had an experience just today where I became very aware of an angel in my body with me. I knew it was my grandpa who died. I just absolutely knew that was true. It was really, really neat. But then it's like I could feel like another person overlapping my body with me. It was about like an hour and a half ago. Other times though, I don't notice it. I just like, cause I'm so focused on the grass, I don't notice the bugs. Like that happens all the time. And sometimes later on I think about, I'm like, oh, that was happening. In the end, it kind of doesn't matter if we notice it or not, as long as we're growing, you know? Like if it helps us grow, who cares if we notice it or not? Like the angels aren't there to look for credit, you know? It can be helpful to notice if noticing it somehow helps you grow. But if noticing it doesn't help you grow or not, then it doesn't matter if you notice. I really appreciate like the comments you're saying, Brendan, in the comments. They're like very on topic. But I want to talk about other kinds of angels too, because like I said, an angel is a messenger. So an angel can be another person, like another human being can be an angel. So for example, I might somehow feel that it's really important for me to show up for someone else and help them out somehow. And when I show, so like maybe like one of my kids is struggling with something, and I feel like it's time for me to be the messenger. And I show up and I know just the right thing to say as their parent to say to them to help them out that day. Then I've been the angel because I'm the messenger who helped them that day. Or, you know, maybe someone's contemplating suicide and they're walking down the street trying to decide if they want to take their life or not. And then they see another person who smiles at them. And that smile is all the message they needed to decide to live. There's so many stories like this. Like so many people have stories that are contemplating suicide of just like a little thing someone did, like a smile, or someone just asked them, you know, just asked them the right question. And the person didn't even know they were thinking of taking their life. And that is why they choose to live. You know, who that smile was the message. That smiling person was the messenger that showed up for them that day. Another form of messenger, though, is our emotions. Our emotions are angels because our emotions are messengers. Our emotions show up to let us know that something's going on inside of us. So when anger shows up, anger is an angel letting you know that your boundaries have been crossed. The reason you feel angry is because in some way your boundary's been crossed, and anger is showing up to let you notice, to help you notice that, and then motivate you to defend your boundaries. So in that instance, anger is a messenger. Sadness is a messenger, right? Sadness shows up to say, hey, you love this person or this thing, and you lost it or you're losing it, and it's important to grieve that right now, so that you can keep your love strong. You know, happiness is a messenger that shows up and says, hey, this is going really well, enjoy it. You know, let yourself really be present in what's happening right now and enjoy it. Don't miss out on the chance to enjoy this thing that's happening right now. So all of our emotions can also be messengers that let us know there's trauma to heal. Like something little happens and you just feel like something that happens all the time, where something happens and we feel really bugged about it and we can't figure out why we're so bugged, because it was like a small thing but we're bugged in a big way. Well, whatever that emotion that's showing up in that situation is showing up to let us know that we have trauma, right? So like maybe let's say when I was a kid, someone said something. Well, actually, let me give a more specific example. I'm going to give an actual example, not like a pretend example. Actual example is that, you know, when I was a kid, I had an experience once where I was dancing around and I was like dancing around and I was just having like a good time. And my stepmom, it was like out in public, like we were walking from the car to a store, and my stepmom was there, and my stepmom was like, hey, you're too old for that, be mature. And she like told me to like stop dancing around the way I was walking to the store. And it really hurt because I was just being my joyful self. And it was like she was saying to me, don't be you, don't be joyful. And it like hurt me. And like I picked up this message at that time that in order to be mature, in order to not like upset the adults around me, I need to like not let my true self shine. And that really, really hurt. And then years later, a friend of mine and I were designing a logo for a podcast we were doing together. And I made a logo that was like a really happy logo. Like it was like a logo that was like had lots of like just joyful imagery. And my friend was like, I don't like this logo. He said, I want a logo that's like simpler and not so like bubbly. He just didn't like it. And I got so mad when he said he didn't like the logo. I got so angry. I didn't know why I was so angry. But that anger was a messenger that was showing up to help me notice that I still had never resolved the trauma of what happened with my stepmom. And so I said to my friend, I said, hey, I got really mad about this. And I got mad about this because of this thing that happened with that mom. And I told him the experience, and he listened, and he was like, yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry that happened to you. Right. And so the emotion of being mad about the logo was like coming up to help me notice that I had things to heal that hadn't healed yet. So emotions often show up to remind us to heal something that's unresolved. And Brendan asks, yes, aren't those you? And then he says, we have angels in us. Exactly. Our emotions are angels that live inside of us that let us know what's going on. And even like pain is a messenger, right? Like if you touch something that's hot and it burns your hand, that's the angel of pain letting you know not to touch hot things. It's a message. It's sending a message. All of our senses are angels showing up to give us messages. I think that's all for today. I think I said everything in me that wants to be said. I love you all. I wish many blessings upon you all. And just have a great time. Goodbye.